Hello everyone. Thanks for watching my video on this assignment for managing ML projects by Duke's University as part of Coursera specialization for AI product management. In this assignment, we are given to identify an industry problem and where ML can help solve it. So let's begin. Let's begin by first understanding the key instructor guidelines on evaluation criteria. The criteria is, as mentioned here, divided in 5 steps to follow the methodological approach to ML product design. It involves identifying the problem and the opportunity, following the crisp DM business understanding part of the process, the first part of the process, validating the plan as third step, deciding key system level architectures at fourth step, and finally the fifth step is to call out the potential risk in production. What we foresee as possible model issues that might arise in production. So let's begin. Let's first start with the first step of evaluating the opportunity as part of our first evaluation criteria. The problem I have identified here is with respect to the loss of crop due to plant diseases, resulting in huge losses to agricultural industry globally. Detecting and identifying the plant diseases timely is a major challenge for agricultural industry due to many reasons, such as lack of scientific knowledge with farmers. Farmers often lack the tools, the know-how, the techniques, to understand the plant diseases, the types of diseases, and the cure so that they can save their crop and harvest it timely and qualitatively. The timely detection and cure is very important. So there's a problem, yes. Who cares? The large population of agriculture industry, and ML can help solve it. So we're meeting all the three identification criteria for a problem statement that ML can help solve. Okay, we begin. So next we follow the crisp DM business understanding process as part of our second step. Here my target users to define the problem. My target users are farmers and agricultural produce industry. The problem is that the plant diseases are not detected, identified and cured timely. There's a huge problem. The research that I was doing indicates that between 20 to 40% global crop production is lost to pests and diseases, which amounts to a tall figure of $220 billion lost to the industry. This is primarily solved today using fumigation and pesticides, but the amount and investments is huge. There's not really a good ROI. The gap here is predictive techniques are lacking. Now the second subsection in business understanding is defining success. The expected business impact is to detect, identify and cure plants timely. The constants here can be identifying large variety of plants. The outcome here can be reduced crop losses due to pest and diseases. The output metrics can be higher accuracy of classification of plant disease type. Now the success targets is reduction of crop losses by X number of percentages and dollar value. So how do we bring it down from $220 billion to a certain dollar value, right? That's the success target for us. Now the key factors this requires deep expertise for labeling and training. The potential factors here are plant types, plant health, types of pest, types of diseases and types of cure. Now that we have defined the problem, we have defined the success factors, we have identified the constants, we have defined the outcome and output metrics. So let's move to this next step of validating the solution. For the problem statement that we have chosen, the data sources are labeled images of all key horticultural plants, the labeled images of diseased and good plants, so that you are able to train your model to understand what is a good plant or how does a disease plant look like, and also the thermal data, the thermal images of plants and their sensor data labels, for example water content and humidity of the plant and how those plants look like for example a healthy plant with good water quality will be very greener, dark green in color. So the idea is to use image recognition model to classify the plants and disease types and also suggest plant health and possible cure. Now, since the process of ML product development is not linear and highly iterative, we will validate the proposed solution concept at each step with our users as we have learned in our course. The first iteration of a customer validation can be a mock-up of our solution as shown here, where we present how the model will take input and produce results. If we use machine learning model, the input here will be labeled images of plants and the output will be to predict the plant health. If we use deep learning model, the feature extraction can be taken care with neural networks, right? You don't have to label the images. It can take care of that of identifying the features to be extracted. We validate this with our users and move to next iterative phase of creating a simple system that uses real data sets. Now we discussed now we discuss the data sets with the users. Once we have understood the high level model type to be used. Now, for example, in our case, I was looking at two data sets here, one on Kaggle, and there was another data set called Plant Village data set. We can take feedback from users on which data set is better and then move to next step once we have discussed the data sets with users. For example, now next after we can try two different models, right? One is your ensemble models, like a machine learning model, or another could be your neural networks. Based on the feedback on accuracy and also based on other factors as complexity and compute requirements, we can decide to use machine learning models such as ensemble or neural networks. Now, both ensemble and neural networks have got their individual, pros and cons, depending upon the complexity, the compute power requirements. We can decide upon one, and also the accuracy being discussed with our users. Now that we have validated our solution iteratively, we move to the step 4 of ML system design. The deployment here chosen is cloud because of the high processing capacity requirements, and we expect internet connectivity. The learning is, the offline because you have large data sets to be trained on. And the prediction is very important. It's going to be hybrid because we'll have both these scenarios, batch predictions as well as real-time online predictions through our smartphone app. From camera, you click the photo and want to upload it in real time or through your mobile app for real-time prediction on the field. Moving to the last step of our assignment, identifying risk in productions. The possible issue that may arise here is training serving skew. As we learned in our course, this is the most possible issue where the model will typically be trained on high resolution images. However, the images used in production might not be high resolution, or the cameras through which the photos would be clicked might not have high resolution. So here we complete our assignment of Managing ML Projects course by Duke University as part of Coursera Specialization for ML Product Managers. This is end of my video. I thank each one of you for reviewing my project. Thank you so much.